Hey, what is up guys, it's Okra1993 here, and today's video is going to be my personal ban list prediction and discussion. So let's get started and I hope you enjoy it. The first card I want to talk about is the Specter Unicorn Keyring. What's the effect of this card? During either player's turn, you can target one pendulum monster you control and one monster your opponent controls, return them to the hand. You can only use this effect once per turn, and this card cannot be targeted by or destroyed by an opponent's card effects. So what's the problem with this card? This card is really amazing, really broken, and it can be played in any kind of pendulum decks, and together with Bumbuku it's a huge problem, and this card is already being hit into the OCG ban list, so I think that will happen the same here and will get banned. Then let's move on to Fairy Tail Snow. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. During either player's turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 7 other cards from your hand, field and or graveyard, special summon this card. This card is really strong actually. It's a level 4, so it's a rank 4 enabler, it's almost a free summon, it's a light monster, and this card is strong. I don't think it will get hit in this ban list, but strong card, and I want to know what do you think about this. If this card can go to 2 maybe, I don't know, or maybe to 1, but I think that it won't get hit in this ban list. Then we got the Speedroid Tarot Top. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is normal special summon, you can add one Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand, except the Tarot Top. You can only use this effect of Speedroid Tarot Top once per turn. So this card, I think it's 100% sure that we get to 1 in the next ban list, and it's the same that happened into the OCG ban list because of the Zodiac Beast that will came out soon. So this card is really strong actually, rank free enabler, and you can go to Dante, you can go to Invoker when the Zodiac Beast will came out, so I think that should be hit. Then we got the Level Eater, and there are a lot of differences between the OCG and the TCG, and as you might know, Level Eater is banned into the OCG, because if this card is in the graveyard, you can target one face-up level 5 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do special summon this card from your graveyard, this card cannot be tributed except for a tribute summon. So what's the problem with this? This card is a free summon every time and anytime you need and every time you want in your turn. It's amazing. It's not abused in our TCG, but I think it is really strong and should get hit. Then we got the Pot of Desires for the spells card. What's the problem here? It's a huge problem, this card. Bench 10 cards from the top of your deck, face down, draw 2 cards, you can only activate 1 Desires per turn. So this card is the most similar to the Pot of Greed actually, because it seems to you that you can draw for free 2 cards by banishing 10 cards from the top of your deck face down. And this card is a little bit fresh to get hit, I think. It's a new card, so it won't get hit, but maybe into the next ban list should go to 2 or maybe to 1. Then we got a card on the Mice, and it's not as fresh as the Pot of Desires, so it's possible that it will get hit maybe to 1 or 2. This card says that you can draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage during the end phase of this turn. Send your entire hand to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 card on the Mice per turn, and you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. But this card is really amazing because it allows you to have a +3 in a lot of decks. It's really powerful. For example, in the Paleozoic, and I think it's the only way to hit Paleozoic because it's a good tier 1, a good anti-meta, and the only way to get hit Paleozoic is the card of the Mice or maybe the Tree Toad, but we'll speak about Tree Toad later. Then we got 5 formation Tanky. When this card is activated, you can add one level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. All Beast Warrior types you control will gain 100 of attack. You can only activate one Fire Formation Tanky per turn. The problem here is that this card is so similar to the reinforcement of the army, Rhoda, and the main problem is the Zodiac Beast, once again. So Zodiac Beasts are Beast Warriors, and this card is amazing in that deck. Then moving on, we got Terraforming. It's another 3+1, and there are a lot of broken field spell card, the same as Union Hunger, and I think it is the time to hit Terraforming, because in some decks like ABCs, in which we got triple Union Hunger and triple Terraforming, and in those kind of decks in which the field spell card is so important, having 6 copies of that is a little too much, right? Then we got the Union Hunger. When this card is activated, you can add one light machine type Union monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, if a light machine type Union monsters is normal special summoned to your side of the field, you can target one of those monsters, equip one appropriate light machine type Union monster with a different name from your deck to the monster. But the Union monster you keep cannot be special summoned this turn. You can only activate one Union Hunger per turn. This card is really broken into the ABC, as you know, and is being hit into the OCG, and I think it can be hit also in here, but maybe it's a little bit early. Then we got the Eastern Fusion and the incredible and huge talk about Eastern Fusion problem and the Northern problem and the Ybaja Shark problem. So what to hit here, Eastern Fusion, Northern or Ybaja Shark? I think that there is no solution actually. Everyone thinks different things about this, because Eastern Fusion allows you to go to level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. But the main target for this card is always Northern. But it's also true that we got a lot of targets for Eastern Fusion. Really a bunch of targets for this card. So I don't know if they will have to hit the Eastern Fusion or the Northern. Then we got the Vanity's Emptiness. Neither player can special summon monsters, destroy this card when a card is sent from the deck or the field to your graveyard. This card is broken because it doesn't allow the opponent to play Yugioh. So you activate this one and the opponent cannot Yugioh anymore. And this card can steal a lot of matches. It's really amazing. I don't know. It can be banned actually. Then we got the Anti-Spell Fragrance. Both players must set spell cards before activating them and cannot activate them until their next turn. And this card is win condition against pendulum decks. That's true. And this card also, similar to this one, doesn't let the opponent to play Yugioh. So it's a little bit too strong maybe. Then we got the Sonic Strike that can go to 2 or maybe to 1. When a monster would be special summoned or monster effect is activated, pay 1500 life points, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. This is the best counter trap out there. It came out into the Breakers of Shadow, so it's 1 year ago, and maybe it's the time to hit this card. Then let's move into the extra deck, and here we got the Dante. I don't think it will get hit anymore, just because they already hit Beatrice. Dante is a strong card also in other decks, but as you know, this card can go through every ban list, so maybe it will stay here once again. Then we got Tree Toad or Totally Awesome. This card is such amazing. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can detach one explosive material and special summon a frog, as you know, but the best effect is the negation one. Anytime your opponent activates something, you can negate and set to your side of the field. And then when this card dies, you can also add one water monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it's really amazing, really strong card. This card is played into the Paleozoics, it's played into the Mermaids, it's played into the Hero, Masked Hero Frog decks. So it's a problem actually, it's a little bit strong and it can be hit. And also here we got the problem what to hit, Tree Toad or Bahamut Shark, because Bahamut Shark is the Tree Toad enabler, as you know, and allows Tree Toad to be played also in other decks. This happens into the Mermaids, for example, or into the Hero. Bahamut Shark effect is detach one XYZ material, special summon a rank 3 or lower water XYZ monster from the extra deck. So this is a problem because we got Northern. Northern is a problem because we got Instant Fusion, and Tree Toad is a problem because we got Bahamut Shark. So that's why everyone has got different opinions on this. Then we got the Psy Frame Lord Omega. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can banish this card from the field and one random card from your opponent's hand face up, so you can know what the opponent have in his hand. And that's not enough. Once per turn during your opponent's time by face, you can target one banished card and turn it to the graveyard. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one other card in either place graveyard, shuffle both that target, and this one into the deck. So this card is really amazing. It locks the field in an easy way, and it should go to 1 maybe. Then I put in the Ybaja Shark because I think that this card is really strong. It's so unfair, this card. It's not so easy to make, but having the possibility to set one card, special summon another monster, it's amazing. And you can special summon the Crystal Wing, you can special summon the Void Ogre. So why Bahamut Shark is so amazing, and it's considered to be so amazing and should get banned, and Soul King shouldn't. Why? I think it's almost the same stuff. Bahamut Shark is not so generic, since you need 2 level 4 water monsters. Soul King needs, maybe it's not more generic than Bahamut Shark, I don't know how to say it, but it's a strong card. Then we got Northern, and this is the main problem about this ban list. It's really a strong card, and together with Instant Fusion, Northern allows you to go to an XYZ play or also to a really easy synchro play. So that's the problem of Northern. Northern is really broken. Then let's move into the next part of the discussion, in which we got the cards that can go back, and we got the Mathematician that can go back to 2 or maybe to 3. It's not so strong anymore. I think that we don't have any problem to get Mathematician back. Then we got Shurit, and I don't think that it will get unbanned. The same for Stratos, but we hope that. Free my Stratos, and we need the Elemental Hero. So it's just a hope, but I don't think that these 2 will get unbanned. Also, if we got a new Necros support, but I think that they will stay here. Then you got Brionac, because we got the Brionac errata into the OCG, so it's possible to see it once again, maybe at 1. Then we got Construct. There is another, I don't know why Monster is here, and why Konami just wanted to destroy this deck. If they unban Construct, there would be no problem, and there would be more shadows. I think that it would be fair enough. Then we got the Book of Moon. We can have it to 2, also if it's a strong card, and nowadays the best solution is always to cover and to change the monsters, our opponent control, to face down defensive position. We use the Quaking Mirror Force, we use the Swords, and we use the Book of Moon. Then we got the Super Poly. This is a strong card, and I hope we'll get back, but I don't think it will happen. And same for the Gateway of the 6, because we say in every ban list that we hope that we got these 2 unbanned, but it's always the same, and Konami doesn't want us to be happy. And then the last one is the Compulsory Evacuation Device, that we can see at 2 actually, and I don't think there will be such problems. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to know what do you think about my predictions and my discussion. Let me also know if I missed some cards, if there is something you want to change in this list, if you got some hopes or other thing you want to see in the next ban list, and let me know when do you think the ban list will came out, and if you got some suggestions, please comment down below, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support me, and see you in the next one. Peace!